So the player's, like I said, going to have a lot of ability to customize things. If they don't like Poppy, for example, and they want to give her something she's going to hate just to kind of make her mad, they can do that. And they can use essences that are not the happy essence, like a spooky essence, for example, that might have a skull texture patterns instead of happy faces. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to make a bed. And you see this is create a thing. And what I'm doing is I'm rotating this platform here so I can really get a good view of what I'm creating. And you see kind of this diagram template, if you will, of how you build. This is meant to be really something somebody can pick up immediately and using the Wiimote be able to easily drag and drop into place. So I'm grabbing blocks over here and I will unlock new and special blocks as I continue to progress through the game. But this is one of the more basic tasks that I'm just kind of giving you guys a hint of what you'll be able to do in the game. So you see I put the bed together, and if I wanted to get kind of in more depth, I can bring up different blocks here that I might have unlocked throughout the course of gameplay. Let's say, just for an example, I wanted to add a headboard onto this bed, or a footboard. This is kind of where the player customization really comes into play, is you don't just make a bed, you can make a canopy over the bed, you can make bedposts, and you can adorn those with special items. And then lastly, what I'm going to do is, since she wanted me to give her a happy essence to create the bed, so I'm going to select the happy essence, and then I can easily paint the blocks just by selecting them. Just like I did in Create a Building, I can paint them how I want. And there's each essence you collect in the world is going to have a few different textures you can play with. So there's an example of something I could do really quickly. And as you progress through the game, you're going to have harder and harder tasks, or at least tasks that make it so you're customizing more and you've given more of a chance to add something that's really unique to the world. So I'm just going to go back to Poppy's house right now, and then I'll show you quickly the design mode where I'll go in here and place this item within the world. She's reading a book here, so I'm going to give her the bed I made, and that'll be in my inventory. So I can kind of position around the world using the Wiimote to kind of pick where I want to put it in place, and using the D-pad to turn it around. And you can see she really likes what I gave her. Like I said, I could have given her something that she totally would hate if I wanted to. And that goes back into the fact that you're shaping the community from the ground up. So as you go further and further along in the game, you'll be able to choose who lives there and who doesn't live there. If you want all your guys to look really spooky, you can. If you want them all to be really nice and friendly, you can do that too and make it a real happy town. So it's really up to you. And everything that I make in the game, you can actually use just like a normal item. So, I could completely rearrange the look of her house if I wanted to, as well as the look of my own. I can go and do that. So what I've done here is I can go ahead and get more tasks. And the goal kind of here is to continue to satisfy the needs of the townsfolk. And as you do that, you increase the level that the town is in. So right now, we're at star level 1, and which that I was able to kind of increase by building her bed for her. That's going to give me a crowbar tool, which I can use to unlock and actually find more areas of this town. So the cool thing here in MySims is you're not just kind of limited to a little town. You can go lots of different places outside the main town center. And there's a lot of stuff to explore as you kind of get outside towards the outskirts of town. So, just a quick example of this, now that I have the crowbar, is I can use that here to break into this area which I previously didn't have access to. And there could be all new rare essences that I could only get in this part of the world, for example, or there might be special people that I want to move here or that I might encounter here. So it kind of looks like we're seeing a little forest part of the level. We're in the outskirts of town, and this is just one example of some of the other areas you might see within the game. And to wrap it up, this is just a taste of MySims. It's coming out this fall on the Nintendo Wii and NDS platforms. We're really looking forward to the release.